Hello.
Hello, Bozo.
Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Hellos.
Hello, IT.
All week long.
They've changed over here. It's a Monday. Welcome. Hello, all rise. Order in the court.
Howdy,
I
howdy.
say.
Howdy.
Order in the court. So this was live. You had to back it up. You said something.
Yeah, something happens. I don't know what it could be very anticlimactic, but anytime the judge starts yelling at somebody, I have a feeling there's something good, especially this judge, Judge Webster. We've never seen her yell at anybody.
That's a
sugar.
very valid point. So we'll start there. We got more live ones ready to go, including the double dirty door with a man in a very, I just want to show you really quick. A man in a very nice suit. Is that his walker, though?
Either his or the lady that's from prison. Why would you wear all orange to court? I mean,
I know.
Really.
I was just going to say, I don't even think he's from prison. It's just a terrible, but I want to see this guy in this very, very nice suit use that walker. That's just
keep an eye on him. I thought maybe he was a Civil War reenactor, but I could be wrong.
Nice. Well, welcome, everybody. We got a case Monday edition starting at 1 o'clock East, just like Monday through Friday that we do. I'll jump around a different court today. I'm going to be watching this man with the walker, but like Mikey said, so this woman never yells.
Yeah.
So
for her
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court and counsel, Bryce Dean Isabel apparently appears not, but by counsel.
If that's too low or too loud, please let me know.
Via Zoom video.
Sounds all right for me.
All right, the defendant was supposed to be here on a motion to revoke diversion. Do you have any comments additionally about that?
Judge, there are a number of participants on my meeting list that are simply identified by device names, so you might call out to see if Mr. Isabel is with us.
Say his name 3 times.
That. Is Bryce Isabel here this morning? Bryce Isabel.
Bryce Isabel?
Somebody go out in the hallway, please. Ask 3 times.
Bryce Isabel, or is he at the Sallyport, deputy?
Bryce is a prisoner.
He's not at the Sallyport.
I don't remember seeing him.
Your Honor, I last had contact with him on or about March 22nd, at which time we met to settle up finances. He had begun diversion at that point. He understood that he had some obligations.
Oh my God, is Christina on her deathbed?
A little bit at danger of falling through the cracks with his obligations that he's taken on in his life without really any financial support. Last I knew, he was working as an iron worker in Kansas City and driving back and forth from his home in Lawrence. I sent him via email.
That was a very strange out of nowhere laugh.
Followed that up with sending a calendar invitation on May 31st for today's Zoom, as well as an email regarding the importance of attending. And he has not been. So I hate to throw him under the bus. He's a nice young man, and would hate to see what would happen to his driving situation if his diversion is revoked. But I also understand that he's really not apparently put forth any efforts since signing the diversion contract. So I have no motion, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Gillette. Ms. Booker, the state's position on its motion to revoke diversion in light of the circumstances today?
Yes, Your Honor, I appreciate Mr. Gillette's comments to the court. However, there's still the allegations in the motion that the defendants failed to pay, the defendants failed to complete the online education course, and the defendants failed to provide proof of insurance, and that's what we're here on.
So he did nothing.
It's a bad person. I can understand someone's circumstances, but we need people to be able to comply with diversion and to hold
Cliff also wearing
diversion
prison
program.
colors today.
The state's going to be asking for the court to grant the motion to revoke.
Hard habit to break, Creed.
Motion to revoke diversion is granted. Trial on stipulated facts will be set for
Does Steve
July
think he said all
18 at
rise? Why
9
did you just
a.m.?
stand up real quick like that?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I guess we could play this one of two ways. I could file a motion to withdraw and try to set it before that time.
Megan,
I
you
am
mean Lydia.
scheduled
I
to
think
be
she
on a
tried
high
all
adventure
weekend.
trip with my scout troop in the Rockies, beginning on July 7th.
Little boys, bro.
I'm sorry.
Will you be back July 25th?
I'm sorry.
Did
who
he
just
say
said
something about little boys?
and bro before that time? I am scheduled to be on a high adventure trip with my scout troop in the Rockies, beginning on July 7th.
Little boys, bro.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So
Will
he
you
was
be
talking
back
about a
July 25th?
scout troop.
Yeah, the attorney said he wouldn't be around. He had to take a scout troop up on a mountain expedition type deal. And the guy says, you shouldn't be diddling little boys, bro. Now that's worth yelling at somebody about for sure. And now the attorney has heard it as well. And I believe he's coming in hot. Yeah, wow. You know what I mean? Look at that lady's face. Look at Brittany's face. She's
Where's
like,
that? Oh, look at Cliff's like, Cliff just woke up. Sally Port, he ain't going to figure it out for a while.
oh, everybody is like, what
Gail?
the hell?
Ewes. Hey now.
Dressed in blue and ready for you. Wow, let's see what happens here. It's not a good thing to say.
Back it up one more
sorry, who
time.
just
Just
I'll
said
back it up
something
one more
about
time.
little
we'll
boys
we'll
and
shut
bro
up and let it play out.
report. Last I knew, he was working as an iron worker in Kansas City.
Failed to pay, the defendants failed to complete the online education course, and the defendants failed to provide proof of insurance, and that's what we're here on. I don't think that the defendant's a bad person. I can understand someone's circumstances, but we need people to be able to comply with diversion and to hold them accountable for the diversion program. So the state's going to be asking for the court to grant the motion to revoke diversion, Your Honor.
Motion to revoke diversion is granted. Trial on stipulated facts will be set for July 18 at 9 a.m.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I guess we could play this one of two ways. I could file a motion to withdraw and try to set it before that time. I am scheduled to be on a high adventure trip with my scout troop in the Rockies, beginning on July 7th.
Little boys, bro.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Will you be back July 25th?
I'm sorry. Who just said something about little boys and bro?
I don't know. I didn't hear the comment. I just heard. Did someone on the screen just make a
I think it was
comment?
an anti-scouting comment, Your
All
Honor.
right,
and
then, thank you,
completely
Mr.
inappropriate in court.
All right, Michelle, who was that? Did you see the screen light up for whoever said that?
Yes, Your Honor. It's listed as Trenton.
Trenton, what is your last name, please?
Sorry, that was my TV. I'm sorry. I turned the
Okay.
volume down now.
Trenton, what's your last name?
I just turned the volume down on my TV. I apologize.
Can you not hear me, Trenton?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Then why are you not telling me your last name?
Oh, sorry. Peterson. I'm sorry, it was my TV.
Trenton Peterson, are you telling me? I didn't hear the comment, but apparently your TV made a response to Attorney Dillette's comment about his scouting trip.
It was. I was watching Futurama, and I apologize.
The worst thing you can do is make a deliberate false statement to a court, Mr.
Michael, thank you.
Peterson. You can end up in jail on contempt. You can
Yes,
end
ma'am.
up paying a fine.
I was watching Futurama, and I apologize.
No.
Mr.
No,
Dillette made a
I put it on
comment.
mute. I put it on mute, and I'm gonna.
That's
I'm gonna
not
turn my.
acceptable, Mr. Peterson. I think it sounds like you owe an apology about your comment about scouting to Mr. Dillette. I suggest you make that, or otherwise I will allow you to treat that as if you were purging a contempt. But if you don't apologize, we may have to deal with that more aggressively.
Yes, ma'am. I apologize.
I'll accept it for how it's offered, Your Honor, and let's move on.
Thank you, sir. All right. So will
Judge,
you,
what I was explaining is that I will not be able to attend the trial on stipulated facts on July 18th. So either I could file a motion to withdraw and set it, if the court's calendar would allow before that time, or
Your
an
Honor,
alternative,
I'm
I would
watching
ask you to
Futurama.
roll
And,
the date
well,
back
Bender
1
hates
week,
the scouts, so I mean,
if possible, so that I could
sorry, that
appear,
was Bender. He's
even
a
though my
troublemaker,
client
Your Honor.
likely won't.
It's a troublemaker.
well, I can either set this for June 27th or July 25th. Which would you prefer, Mr. Gillette? And I'll let you direct which type of hearing you want.
What time on June 27th?
They both would be at 9 a.m.
How about July 25th, Monday at 9 a.m.?
That
What
would
an
be
idiot.
fine. This matter is
What an idiot.
is set for motion, or I'm sorry, strike that. This matter is set for trial on stipulated facts, July 25th, 9 a.m.
Is defendant ordered to appear?
Yes, and he should get a summons, Ms. Booker, correct? Or some type of order to appear. All right.
Idiot.
Thank you, Judge.
Anything else, Counsel?
I apologize for the amount of time this took on your docket, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Not your fault, but thank you for those kind words. All right, we are in recess. We are now on the record in
How dare
Uh,
you?
2021 TR 2536,
Wow.
State of
Well-
Boy
Kansas versus
Scouts.
Destiny Marie
Anti.
Jones, a payer appear as well. Is Miss Jones here?
Didn't you say they're in recess or are they still going?
Miss Jones does not
They're still
appear.
going.
Trenton, I suggest you mute so we don't hear any more of your comments. Same with the rest of you.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I didn't say
They're
anything.
watching
Right,
Futurama.
we're not gonna
Uh,
go down that path.
Christina
Michelle,
Frankenstein?
do you know if Destiny Jones has paid or if she's here today?
I don't believe she's here and she has a balance of
Christina.
$498.
Okay, bench warrant will issue.
Christina Stein.
Bond will be set at $4,980.
Christina.
And I'd like a note to let her know that for 498, she can pay her case off or she can pay a bondsman. And I will address if she has anything further to say when she is taken into
Yeah.
custody.
Tim, the
This
timing.
is
was
not an
unfair.
infraction, is it, Michelle? My Odyssey's not working, so I can't tell everything you normally could.
It's misdemeanor B and then a misdemeanor unclassified.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's move on then to
T, right over here,
Gonzalez
Christina.
case.
What do
Do
you
we
think?
have an
1 to
interpreter
10.
here for Gonzalez?
Christina
Will
hate
be on
fire.
there.
Your Honor,
I'm sorry.
don't
Oh, there you are.
I don't have that case number. Would you be able to give it to me, please?
I'd be happy to. We'll now be on the record in 2022 TR 296.
Ya vamos a-
22 TR 296.
Ya estamos en la grabación para el caso del 22 TR 296.
State
Sí.
of Kansas versus Adrian Martinez Gonzalez.
Oh, Christina just
El
died.
estado de Kansas versus Adrián
He
Martínez
hates Spanish
González.
interpreters too.
Yeah, me too.
Please announce
Uh,
appearances.
So
Por
let's
favor.
jump over to Dirty Door and see what's up. By the way, guy in the really nice suit got up and walked over.
And I finally said, fine, just get the divorce. And it upset
Bad
him.
limp.
And then he just got angry.
And he says
During this argument,
doesn't want me
what, if anything,
smoking
did Mr.
anymore because he doesn't
Gaddis
like this voice that I
say in
have.
regards to damaging the house?
Objection, leading.
I did
That
not.
is that his
understand the
ex?
question, So if you could re-ask it, please.
His what? His ex-housekeeper?
During
Is that
this
what you just said?
argument, what, if anything, did Mr.
I believe they
Gaddis
were
say
married,
in
Mike, you
regards to
racist
damaging
son of a
the
bitch.
house?
Objection,
Sorry, that was the
leading
TV.
on violation.
TV said that.
TV said that.
Damn it, Futurama.
It is, stated. You can rephrase.
If you're trying to get him locked up.
During this argument, what did Mr. Gaddis say? He said that he would set fire to the house with all of us in it. Me, my grandkids, my mom, and my son.
Yeah, just another episode of that chapter
Did you
with
believe he
Mike.
would do this? Yes. How did this make
Let's
you
give it a
feel?
go.
Scared. At this time, after saying this, did Mr. Gaddis leave the home? He did because we were going to call the police.
Oh, you know we'll be over to see old Herman.
I think the police were there twice, I believe. He came back later, and that's when he got my finger. That's when he did the. He was fighting with my son and me and my mom. Okay, so backing up, did he return to your house at around 9:30, 9:40 p.m.?
Right, that's when the bite happened.
The bite or the
Where
fight?
were you when he returned to the house?
I was in my room, my bedroom. My mom was visiting, so she was in the room too.
She lives
She was
there.
in the
Don't
bed.
lie.
He came in and he wanted
She
to
pays
talk.
the rent.
Mhm.
I told him there was nothing to talk about.
And what happened after you told him there was nothing to talk about?
Well, Your Honor, he started
That
throwing
was
gas all
about
over
a
the
month
house
of,
after that, and it
you know,
just got out of hand
down
from
to-
there. It was a
like
rough
that.
time.
Then he just started yelling at her, calling her names. My son came in, told him he can't talk to us like that, and he called my son a nigger, called me a nigger. Let me
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa!
Buddy, please, Jesus Christ.
After he,
I'm sorry, you guys.
what if anything did you see him do?
That was the TV talking.
Your Honor, I'm watching Futurama. How about watching Futurama on my phone, Your Honor? at the time?
My son
Beep.
told him, don't be talking to my mom and my grandma that way.
Please,
That's
no
what
more
he
in
called
words.
me.
Yes, I'm having a hard time listening to you. So just
I didn't see that coming. Sorry, you guys.
I didn't
Yeah,
either.
I
I
was-
the room. I told him not to talk to us that way, and then he pushed my son.
Spicy.
And that's when the fight started.
So spicy. I am so sorry.
So when you say fight, what did you see start?
I saw him push my son down, and my son got back up again, and then he just grabbed him. And then I think my son was able to get him down because my mom was afraid he'd grab a bat to hit us. So my son was able to get him down, but he had bitten into my son's arm, and that's when I tried to, open his mouth to take my son's arm out of there.
And
Dear
when you
YouTube.
opened his mouth.
I was watching
what
Futurama.
What happened?
He bit down on my hand, my finger.
It's okay, Naughty Nancy.
No need to listen
So
back.
when police arrived,
Right.
Very,
were you given
very inappropriate language.
emergency protective order?
I think
Yes.
I wouldn't even say that in court. I would say that
Yeah, he said
Called
he
me
called
the-
me.
After police
Yeah.
N-word.
arrived,
something.
turning to another day.
Unless you just wanted
on
to shock the
April
judge.
12th or April 13th, 2021.
Hate
you
to say it, the
receive
guy
any
looks
text
like an
messages
asshole.
From Mr. Gaddis.
I did. I don't remember what they said on my phone. I don't have that phone anymore.
Creed, I mean, he's got a whole
Do you remember how you knew?
Moral of the
Mr.
story,
Gaddis sent
Futurama's a
those
great cartoon.
messages?
He was saying things that I thought
Bring
I
it
didn't
back.
remember, so I thought it was some friend because it was something like
Sheep.
sorry to hear about what happened, and then it was like I could see you down the street or something like that, and give him another chance. Apologize to everyone for me.
And did he ever?
This is a great case, by the way.
Is somebody acting up in court?
I don't know. Somebody's acting up somewhere.
I ain't touching that door, Your Honor. You got some gloves?
And ma'am, did he ever identify himself as Dustin in the messages?
I don't remember if he did or not. I don't think so.
He's got the
did
hot
you
lawyer.
Statement to police officers in regards to the text messages.
I think she
I
might
think
be
it-
pregnant.
yeah.
Would seeing your statement and one of the messages refresh your recollection, help you remember whether he said his name?
Yes.
Good to see you, Mike.
Your Honor, may I question?
Yes.
Mavis, great time to come into the court.
Do not rewind.
Great to see you.
Out to
Do
yourself
not
privately.
rewind.
Memories refresh. Please look back up.
What a way to kick off a Monday, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Let's hope that this is not any indication to the rest of the week, please.
As they start reading
Why?
text messages, we might be in for a long day.
Fine.
Do you remember if he ever identified himself as Dustin in the text messages?
Yes, he did.
So he wanted another chance with this one, but yet he went there and threatened with all those things
Did
and
identify himself.
said those bad words. His attorney has got the best hair.
111 with 11 likes or thumbs up. 111 with 11.
Oh,
Luck.
1111. Yeah. Up there
Good
on the
luck.
Facebook. Yeah. That's very good luck. Nobody leave and no one join.
Nobody smash the like button on Facebook either. Hello, Mark.
Wonder what the issue is about him identifying himself in the text messages.
Examination. Let's go.
Thank you.
Yes, T.
Correct. That's
Mrs.
Leela.
Bundy.
Miss Gaddis, if you can, I have
Right.
a little
Yes,
hard time
Peg.
understanding you at certain points. If you can clearly speak up for me, I appreciate it.
We're not sure actually, but I thought it was him in the
You
suit.
had stated that the fight started by Mr. Gaddis pushing your son.
Francis.
Correct?
Yes.
And how big is your son?
My son is, I believe, 6'4".
How big is your son? I think he's
Oh,
6.5
yeah.
inches. I
Skinny.
haven't seen in a few years though.
And
Measured him.
after he pushed him, did you say he pushed him down?
His son, your
Yes.
son's 6'4".
Onto the bed.
I'm confused.
Did they
Who
start
pushed
wrestling?
who to the ground?
Dustin pushed my son
And then they
onto
kissed.
the bed.
It's very
So he,
awkward, Your Honor.
fell down on his back on the bed.
And is this in
He didn't want to use
occurring in
protection.
your room?
By this time, we were in the middle room.
The what room?
And who resided in the middle room?
Middle room.
Dustin did.
Did you guys have separate rooms?
Yes.
And so this is the second time he came back to the house then, correct?
Correct.
And you stated you initially were in your room,
Right.
right?
Right.
And then you guys started a little bit of argument in your room, correct?
I didn't start an argument. He wanted to talk, and I didn't
Started
want
a
to
little
talk
bit of
anymore
arg-
because he was already
Okay.
scaring me from earlier.
So you guys were
Just talking.
talking in your room.
Right.
And then how did you get from your room to the middle room?
Walking.
My mom was in the room with me, and he was getting like
Teleporting.
angry
What do you
again
think?
in the first room when he came in.
You see that chair over there next to the dirty doors? I
Right
just
there,
sat
so
down at it and they
when we
wheeled
saw
me.
there, he started going. I don't know if it was me or him. One of us went into the.
Kirna, thank you for the gift of membership.
That's when he started talking about my mom. I was calling her names.
Do
calling
you
her names.
recall if he was going into his room to pick up
You're
his
awesome.
clothes?
He was not going into his room to pick up his clothes.
Heavy smoker, yes.
When he first left, he took a bunch
No
of clothes with
questions
him.
pending, so please.
Oh,
Mhm.
stop talking.
In other words,
So you guys are in the middle room. Is the only way to get into the middle room through your room?
No, there's 3 entrances to that room.
Good to see you, Fearless.
And
3 entrances into
so
a
he
room.
pushed. You state he
She's
pushed
living in a living
your
room?
son to the
Is that her
bed,
room?
Right.
correct? And then your son gets back up,
Right.
and
Middle
then I thought did you say that you
Is every room a bedroom in this house?
grabbed your son?
Right. Dustin pushed my son down, and my son got back up, and then they grabbed. I think Dustin grabbed him. My son was able to get around the back of him and kind of like hold him to the ground because my mom was afraid he'd grab a bat and hit us with it.
Bat.
Oh,
he wanted
what's
to
Is that
grandma
something you
doing?
normally do,
down
or
into police
Grandma just towed a bat for
So-
fun or what?
Dustin got on top. I mean, I'm sorry. Your son got on top of Dustin and put him to the ground then, right?
after a bit of wrestling. Yeah.
damn?
Tussle.
And
Might need to get
was
some porn music
Dustin
out here.
with his stomach to the ground.
I believe he
Mm,
was on his side.
talk slower.
On the stomach. In the middle room. So I'm guessing this is like a house of
A
just
couple of months
bedrooms.
prior to this, did Dustin have an operation?
Uh-oh.
I remember.
An
Do
operation.
you recall if he had shoulder surgery?
I
Oh,
remember
thinking something
his
else.
shoulder, but I don't remember the operation when it was.
So you recall him having shoulder surgery?
I remember the shoulder. I don't remember.
That's why he's got the walker. Shoulder surgery.
And prior to this, do you ever recall seeing whether or not Dustin could fully raise his arms?
Yeah, there's times he could.
Yeah, we were at
There were
the
times that he
we were at the
could.
club. He was YMCAing. He was the Y every time.
Yeah.
Of course.
Was there a bat in
There
the
were
room?
a lot of bats in the room.
Why?
The sport is good.
And where were these bats?
He was the Y every single time.
Dustin.
Not really on top. He was kind of like on the side of him.
So he's a power bottom?
Side. Then I was able to like reach and
Trying to see
grab
what kind of
Dustin's
shirt
mouth
she
and
wearing.
open
She
it.
wearing a Misfit shirt.
So you yourself reached into Dustin's mouth to open it then,
Right.
correct?
Correct.
She reached into his mouth.
Were you behind Dustin when you did that?
I was kind of behind both of them and over the top of them to pull his mouth open.
So you were, I'm sorry, you were behind
Yeah.
both of
She
them
bishoped
and
him.
over the top of
Yeah, I
both
pushed him over
of
the
them.
top of
She
them.
like put her to pull him or something? I don't understand.
So
It's like a cartoon.
the position that Dustin was
Like the
in,
Stooges
did
fight.
he see that it was you?
He could see it was me.
Did he say your name?
No, he
Say
couldn't.
my name, bitch.
He was biting down on my son's arm and then
Acknowledge me.
Say my name. Somebody ask why there's so many bats in the place, please.
Your arm, he was biting on first and then your finger?
he was biting on my son's
Say
arm. so I
my
had to open
Your
it.
son's arm.
Right.
Say my name.
So
Say-
your
say
son
my
had
name.
his arm around his
Scrotum.
mouth? Did your son have any of his other body parts wrapped around Dustin?
I think they were laying long ways together. But,
A
just
great
that arm,
question.
And
like he was trying to hold him back before the police got there. So I just
I-
on the arm and I don't remember where his other arm was.
are you sure this
And
wasn't?
you said your son is 150 pounds?
Right.
Are you sure they're not in love?
I think so.
I'm Batman.
You're stating, so at this point, Dustin wasn't fighting back then, right?
Dustin was fighting. Yeah.
Did anybody
And
make any
so your
weird
son's only
oh
150
noises?
Pounds. He's not able to get your son off of him at that point.
My son and him were, he was not, my son was not on top of him. They were both laying sideways.
Yeah, so there's both laying sideways, but you
side like
said he
this.
was trying to pin him down though, right?
Trying to,
Mm.
but like long ways. So he had like this with his back, Dustin's back was to my son's front and they were on their side. So there was nobody on top of Dustin that way. That's why I was able to reach around and grab his mouth open.
So you're able to reach around and grab his mouth open, but you stating he's fighting though at the same time, right?
Right.
And he's not able to
He's
break
biting on
free
my-
from.
He's biting on my son's arm.
Can you let me finish my question first, please? Because she's trying to take down the both of us, and if we're both trying to talk, it's hard for her. Thank you. So Dustin is fighting at this point. Your son is 150 pounds, and he's not able to break free from Dustin's grip. Is that
Baseball
right?
bats everywhere.
No, because he's
The
got his
internet
mouth
is
on his
looking
arm and he's
great.
biting down on it.
And so he's biting down, and you put your finger into Dustin's mouth.
Right.
Good as it gets,
And-
ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
But his mouth was already allegedly clamped.
What happened to
down
the internet?
son's
And my
arm.
son couldn't pull his arm out.
Again, ma'am.
This
You
is-
have to wait till the question is done. because
Obviously.
if you're speaking over each other, the court can't get that out. So if you ask your question.
Your Honor, we do that all the time. It's all right.
So again, you're stating Dustin's clamped down on your son's arm then, correct?
Yes.
Were they
And you
grinding it
put
all on
your
each other?
Finger into Dustin's mouth
Mhm.
when you're up and over top of him, correct? And but he's got his mouth already
Biting.
clamped down on somebody, correct?
Biting your son's arm.
And where was your mom during all of this? Was she on top of him as well?
No, my mom's not on top of him.
Was your
Thank
mom
God.
on the side of him hitting him?
She was not at that same time because she was trying to keep him away from the bats and she had like this.
Grandma squares up with
little
him.
thing, and she was hitting him on the back. My mom's like 5'4" and tiny.
So your mom's hitting
Dustin. because-
Dustin, please. Your mom's hitting Dustin when he's on the ground.
Yes.
And she's afraid he's going to get a bat,
Yes.
but he's on the ground being pinned by your son.
He wasn't pinned by my son.
Who
Not
knew
at
that
the-
they lived
Then
inside
we
a
had
bat
to
cage?
behind it. She was trying to keep him away from the bats because he was just everywhere.
Bats. No.
But you see
One.
the bats are up on the wall,
Right.
but Dustin
Not-
was on the
not-
ground.
Yeah, but they were still within reach.
Bat collection. Who has that at their house?
Your son swung the first hit Dustin first, correct?
No.
And at what point did your mom start hitting Dustin on the head?
When he started attacking us.
Dustin, you stated though Dustin was on the ground when she was hitting him, correct?
Sound like it's something out of Quentin Tarantino's
So
next
he was
Kill Bill.
trying to get Dustin was trying to break free from your son's grasp, right?
Not at that time. He
So
on the
Dustin
ground
was just-
without, yeah, he was on the ground without my son for a minute.
So Dustin was laying on the ground alone?
He wasn't laying, he was like in a crawling position.
And
A
was
fetal
that-
position. He was crying because we were beating him to
Of this
death
incident?
with
It was like
bats.
the middle of it.
So-
After he had pushed my son.
This is
And then my son.
what a way to start a Monday.
Like wrestling.
Hey.
My mom was trying to hit him in the back to keep him away from the bats and to get him away from my son.
I thought you had stated that your son got back up, they fell down, they wrestled, and they were lying on the ground
Right.
together. So at one point was Dustin by himself?
When I say by himself, he was on the ground with my son, but they weren't together, like in the hold or whatever. And so he was
Usually
like,
that's fine to say that. In this case, I wouldn't be saying that. You know,
So if he's reaching to grab your son, was he facing towards your son?
grab him where?
I don't remember. I wasn't like there, right there in front of him.
You know how Dustin got his back against your son's chest?
No,
Mm.
just they were wrestling.
And your mom at that point was then hitting Dustin over
Why
the
was
head
your mom giving him
Not over the
hickeys
head,
while
over the
he was
On the
biting your
back.
son?
on the back. But his
You
back
give me
was
teddy
facing
twisters, Your Honor.
Not,
your
all-
son.
not the whole time. What leading up to that?
And you stated that the whole point of your
Mondays.
son getting
Huh.
on top of
Mondays,
Dustin
am I
was
right?
to hold him there for the police, correct? And
Yes.
at no point Dustin was able to break free from your son.
He was when I had to open his mouth to take my son's arm out of there.
Like, is he a dog? Like, you know what I mean? Like we see at the chases. Is he just like? I had to open up his mouth to take his arm out.
Yeah, it's like he latched on. He wasn't
Have
letting
you
go.
told anybody else about this incident besides the officers?
Oh, God,
Penthouse.
Probably my sister, my family. You know.
I wrote him a letter.
New
Anybody
six.
else?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. I've told a few people.
Was it a secret?
Yeah.
Shh, don't tell.
Are you currently employed?
Yes.
Where are you
Paper.
employed?
I'm going to.
Objection, relevance.
Oh. Now I want to know where she works. What? Come on.
When you state Dustin,
What does
tried
that
to
matter?
Grab your son. Do you remember with what arm he tried to grab him?
No, I just remember.
Where's
him.
Dustin?
Does
I
she
mean,
work
where's
at
the son?
a strip club or something? Why
Do
would you not be
remember
able to say
Dustin
that?
Ever
She a house
screaming
mom?
out in pain?
No.
She worked for the cartel. That's how rabies get spread.
Oh, neither can I. There's too many working parts here.
This is one of the most insane things I've ever heard.
No, this is nuts. What a way to start the week. Jesus.
I thought we couldn't top. He was going to burn the house down with everybody in it.
Yeah,
You
the
had
hard
stated
R.
Earlier that you
Then he
told
went.
the
They went into
officers
that. Now
that
this.
Dustin had said he's going to set the house on fire with everyone in it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Did
The
you
third
tell the
arm, Your Honor.
officers that he had stated he was going to burn the house down with everyone in it?
Yes.
Or do you recall just stating you had told them he's just going to burn the house down?
No, he's gonna burn us all out of it.
What does that matter?
And prior to that,
That didn't
did
seem
he
like a
ask
very
you
good.
to leave the residence?
Who?
Did Dustin ask you to leave the residence?
I think he did, but I think he was saying it was his house or something like that.
Was this house, did you guys own this home or rent it?
We've owned it together.
So you were on title together?
Yes.
How does she not know that? Why is she asking?
You didn't lease the property?
No.
Is this for?
Dustin's burning down the house.
Let's take, do you have additional questions of this witness?
Why'd she get so scared all of a sudden? Look at her face.
Okay, we'll take a 20-minute break, ladies and gentlemen. If you can come back at 11 o'clock. Ms. Gaddis, if you could please come back.
Too much.
Continue on with the proceeding at that time.
Too much. It is a misfit shirt.
Yeah, somebody said in the chat you were right about that. I'm shocked.
Knew it just from the tip of the M.
Wow.
Look at me. Watch me go.
That is pretty crazy. So when we not, are they just going to recess, or I did miss?
I don't think so. Did they say we stand in recess? Maybe not. Maybe they are staying in recess.
All right. Well, can somebody keep an eye on that Department 8's Zoom meeting and let us know if that fires back up?
Wow. That was something else.
He is dressed to the nines.
Oh, he looks great. And she's come in grabbing the first thing that was in the basket. I don't know. I mean, I didn't end up wearing a misfit shirt to court.
Seriously, can anybody kind of grasp
wow,
what that was really all about? Is that what they said? I was talking all over it and had burning down the house going, and I'm sorry. Damn.
Your Honor, he was sentenced back in November. I believe this is the pay review.
I see that now.
Cliff is now taking us outside.
Yes, I believe this is one of those.
Yeah, I just want the opportunity to be able
Yeah!
to defend
Look at
myself
everybody.
and also in the meantime take care of my family and everything while going through this process. Like I said, I got 4 kids and a wife and my mom that I take care of, and
You all live at the same residence?
me, my 4 kids, and my wife does. My mom lives at a separate residence.
She's out in one of them buy here, pay here monthly trailer. It's actually a shed, Your Honor. We made it nice for her, though.
A deck.
She has a bucket to go in. We change it out every day.
It's got a deck, though.
I was listening to quite a bit about that fight, too. I still don't. Mike, I say you just pull that up and wait for them to come back just to see if it is a 20-minute recess.
All right.
Definitely want to come back and catch the rest of that. Right? All right. By the way, this is courtroom 3.
But it says Judge Stansberry.
Yes.
That's not Judge Stansberry.
No.
Is what it says.
Yeah, it was
Judge
like
Old Codger.
just all a big. It was all a big misunderstanding.
Of
and
course
everything.
it
Like,
was.
we're on even like we get along and everything. It was just a bad day between us and our relationship.
So you
Yes.
had a
And,
bad
like,
day.
we're still together. We're still married. Been married for 10 years.
Our guy with a $5 late fee. Appreciate you, buddy. Happy Monday. And David, thank you for the stars on the Facebooks.
We love the Facebook stars.
His judge moves a little slower.
Where do you work?
Uh-oh. Good
I
question.
work with my dad at his company,
Uh-huh.
Angeletti Stoneworks. I have worked there since I was 16, 17 years old, actually.
Please no free plugs.
That's right. Yeah. Son of a bitch. I'm going to bill you now.
Oh, the courtroom was dark. Did you see that?
Dark and empty. Oh, wait. Somebody's coming in.
It's
You have a little bit of a Bob Newhart look to him.
Judge Confusion here. He's very confused.
What was it? Was it the doctor that walked into the one of the, what was it? What did he say?
What are you doing here, doctor?
What are you doing here, doctor?
Oh, Naughty Nancy, 11 months a member. Thank you so much. That's an OG greeting.
Got 4 kids.
What I'll tell you, Your Honor, is that there was a warrant issued for this gentleman on the 25th for $5,000.
Did he just come in and just start having a conversation randomly with the judge?
Yeah.
The judge is right in the middle of something? Well. So I got our courtroom. I'm watching it.
Okay,
I'll
great.
I'll have something else up in a minute.
That's what I wanted to know. And there's reasons for it.
I talked to him on the phone, and he told me I could come the next day. Like, I was in contact with him. He told me I could come the next day, and then he showed up and got me. I mean,
David, I was very
I was
happy
at
with the
work first
racing.
day he showed up.
I watched the last 50 laps. That battle
And then
between
you
Kyle and
said I
Joey,
could
it was
get
nice to
everything
see
together,
Joey
and I was
win by
working on
racing.
that, and then you came.
That
Way to
and
go,
said,
Joey.
rather
"I
than
will show up, sir.
normal
I mean,
Lagana.
I promise. I'll wear an ankle monitor if I have to. Like, I just.
I'll put on a condom
like,
so I don't
my
have a
family
fifth kid, Your
situation.
Honor. It's fine.
Whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. And I mean anything.
No, okay. I see what you said. No, that's not a dinner bus. This is, that's the. I think what that is a microphone. I think.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. It looks like a shoe.
I mean, if you look when we go to the above shot, you can see it better.
Yeah. I got my dinner bell right here, though.
It doesn't ring very often, but he's got
I was
it.
in the general store where I purchased this late last year. Yesterday. Somebody get some WD-40 for that door. Jesus.
That door is very loud.
Wait, real slow movement here.
He takes his time. Creed.
Who's
This
the
man-
blonde?
This man is a meticulous man. You think he's like a replacement part-time judge?
I just want. They do things different ways at different places.
Yeah,
and
I don't know anything about this case,
Okay,
so I wouldn't be able to give.
What?
so
I think he's a substitute teacher, Mikey. I think you're right.
I know that, I think Mr. Rotella called up to us. I don't review all those cases, so I would literally have to sit here and review all the cases. before-
no, I'm not asking for you to be here. I thought,
Oh, he told me that you wanted somebody.
I was
to-
wondering. I have a report. He's asking. to
He's just
modify
having a
the
stroke.
I always like to know the state's position.
Oh,
Okay. And
Yeah.
you're deferring to the.
We are maxed out all the way.
And I understand you got volume of cases.
So-
Pawpaws doesn't talk very loud.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not
He's
trying to ask you to do something that
pretty
you
low.
normally do. I'm just trying to get a feel for how it's done here and make sure that I do it in a similar way, but at the same time, I don't want to modify a bond that's been set.
Yeah, you don't want to come in and do step on any other judge's toes.
yeah, he said that you wanted.
That phone's ringing again, Creed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the old phone. I love it.
That's why I came.
I was just saying, if it comes up to situations like this, I want to know.
Oh,
How does he not know what to do, though? I mean, come on.
Modify a bond unless I
You can send a guy from one McDonald's to another. He knows what to do when he gets there.
I don't know anything about this case. I would just.
Okay,
defer
but if
to-
I have another situation like this, we can ask for your input.
Sure.
To the extent that you're able.
Yes, I would.
Well, this is just, I'm just wondering, I mean, the ones that are coming in initially, they're asking for OR bonds and things of that nature, and there's maybe something real heavy duty that you don't want them out. I don't know. Well, the input normally from prosecutors.
Yeah.
Maybe do this before you start running through all the people that need you.
Yeah, it's like,
A PV case, but
what?
parents on just the initial charges.
We do not sit down here for readings.
Okay.
Because all the different prosecutors would have to be here because they review all the different cases.
All right, so then it's just basically at the judge's discretion as to what the bond.
Yeah, it's the thing of you being the judge.
Okay, I can do that. I didn't mean
Oh,
to.
well, I can do that.
That's it. I did want to know a little bit more this way because the situation is, she's saying he's got a wife and 4 kids and he wants out of jail to go to work. And we're hearing from the other side that this is not this situation has gotten worse and worse and worse to the point right now where it had to be resulted in a war. All right, so I didn't.
No. It's since it's you need to be tapped into their stuff basically.
I guess I'll just use my best judgment on it.
if that makes sense.
Use my best judgment. Yes, you're the judge.
Yeah, that's how this works.
Judgment is in the word judgment.
I thank God we're not the only ones having a crazy Monday.
I can't get up. I can't get up.
Thank you. All right.
Let me see if Mike can get you a drum roll here, Donna.
Oh my God. There you go.
We don't want to ask him for a real one because he'll be out of it for the rest of the show.
Yeah, I'd have to bring
Catch
the
himself
sound
up.
guy in here to mic up the set and everything, and that takes forever. It's a kind of a we gotta chase exclusive.
I'd understand if he was asking a few questions like that had to do with like I don't want to overstep other judges' boundaries. I don't want to.
Right,
You
I
know
don't
what I
want
mean?
to go
But
against
that
this
was like-
guy's.
Opposed to a 10% bond?
I'm not opposed to it, Your Honor. I know Judge Stansbury typically does not do 10%.
Are you opposed to a 10% bond?
Can we just let Baldy come up and do it? You can go sit where he's at.
So basically,
Look at him. Look at him. He's like, "Ooh, come on, Judge."
It's kind of like whenever you walked into school and you saw that there was a teacher there that was not your normal teacher, like, yes, easy freaking day.
I can get over on this guy. All right, I'm gonna sentence you to death. What?
I like trains.
I mean, he says he's got 4 kids and a wife.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Lynn.
deny your request to modify the bond. If you wish to have an attorney, he's denied the allegations. We will set this out for a hearing. If you wish to have an attorney appointed, you can hire an attorney, of course, but you wish to have a court-appointed counsel, you need to fill out a financial disclosure form and get it to the court
Yes.
for review. And they will set the
You got your
as soon as possible.
W-2 on you.
So how much is my bond then?
It's a $5,000 cash or surety.
So that's $5,000 then?
Well, if
No.
you get a surety bond, you get a bondsman, whatever they charge you.
All right. We done?
And the
We
done?
That you appear in this case, special conditions are that you comply with the terms and conditions of community control if you're released. That means you got to immediately get a hold of your probation officer if you are released and make sure you comply with all those terms and conditions to avoid violating that bond.
Boy, it's going to be a long
Yeah, I know.
day
I
at court
just-
today for Lick.
I just don't understand like why, like he knows my family situation. Like I got 4 kids and a wife to take care of. My
Go see a
mother,
bondsman. It's going to be
like,
500. Shut up.
life risk, and I don't understand why he's like.
Oh, I like this. He's getting
Brent,
mad
come
with
on,
the
dude.
judge.
Please, can you
Come
help
on,
me out here?
Dude, you just called the
Sir?
judge dude.
I apologize for everything. Like I just
Come on, Mom. Can you help me, Mom?
in a bad situation and
I mean, come on, Judge.
The fact that you have 4 kids and a mother living with you is not my problem. Sorry.
Come on, Judge. Come on, Judge.
Well, at this point, the bond's not going to be modified. I'm not sure whether the probation officer is going to think this over and talk to somebody or whatever. That's up to him. You need to, if you want to get out, you need to post a $5,000 bond.
Yeah.
And then the matter will be set. As I said, if you want counsel, fill out that form.
Come on,
and
Judge.
submit it.
Come on.
Thank you.
Judge dude, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, dude.
Come on, dude.
I'm not trying to cause a stir. I'm just-
Dude.
Dude, what did we do? Oh, wow. I'm Judge
That's the
Dummy.
judge, whatever you want. He'll listen to you.
Judge? I think we're ever going to get.
Yeah,
Be-
well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Oh my God. I'm going to leave you here with this for just a moment. I got to go out traffic.
Yeah,
wet.
I'm going to jump to mine and see if it's any louder.
Yeah, go right ahead. I'll bring the
This should be a little bit louder.
All right, the next two matter before the court in the here in the Licking County Municipal Court on this June 6, 2022 is State of Ohio versus Christopher T. Stout.
Is that
this
better?
involves a traffic citation for driving under suspension.
My
back on
vacuuming?
April 17th. And for
fictitious tag.
Fictitious tags. Okay, I can't read that. That's under.
Yeah, it's hard to read there.
It's like it's under municipal court ordinance. Municipal
He's letting them know what he did.
ordinance, I guess, for the city of Newark. I'm not sure. In any event,
These non-dealable offenses.
driving under suspension, I believe, is a misdemeanor of the first degree, the way it's charged. And the other, I'm not sure what fictitious tags is.
You don't know what fictitious tags is?
That's an
It's
M4.
fake. A fake tag.
Mr. Stout, you've received a copy of this citation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there?
Are these non-jailable offenses?
Well, the driving under suspension is jailable. Both of them are jailable, actually. The fictitious tags is a fourth degree misdemeanor. You'd be looking at potential 30 days of jail and a $250 fine. The 45-10-16, I believe, is a
Very good.
misdemeanor of the first degree. And you're looking at 180 days in jail, $1,000 fine maximum, and up to $5,000 if no proof of.
By the way, guys, we have a
FRA
case-only channel called We Got a Case. Please like that
driver
for us. We
license
can get that
suspension is
channel off the
optional,
ground
which
and
is
running. Thank you.
This is the first offense. It's charged as a first offense.
Yeah, this is my first one in a very long time.
Okay. So you understand what you're charged with and the potential penalties?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Mike.
Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
You have a right to have a full hearing on this matter, which would be a trial. You can demand a trial by jury if you choose. You have a right to be represented by counsel if you
Torn
can't afford
pec.
counsel. If you're eligible
Cody
for
Rhodes
court-appointed
had
counsel.
case. Come on, Jay. You know
You
you
have
saw
to
it.
fill out a financial disclosure form, and if you're eligible, attorney will be appointed to represent you at the expense of the state and the county. You may be required to reimburse some or
Your
all.
Honor,
That
aren't
depends on the
these
circumstance.
legal?
You are entitled, as I said, to a trial. If you have a trial, you're entitled to participate in the jury selection process.
I don't know
The right
what
to
part
be
this
there.
is, but it's Licking County.
It's called the right of confrontation, to be
That's
you
licking.
know, have face-to-face with anybody called to testify against you, to cross-examine the state's witnesses. You have a right to require the state to prove.
I don't know if
every
he's
element
even
of
from
the
this
offense
country
beyond
the
a
way he's
reasonable
acting.
doubt, highest standard of proof we have in the American justice system. I know I'm looking over this, but keep looking.
Cameras up there, so.
Okay. You have a right also to require witnesses to come and testify on your behalf.
He might.
Right of compulsory process. You have a right to remain silent. That's important right now. Anything you say can and likely will be used against you, especially without the advice of counsel. I would be careful what you say about the allegations. And you have a
Any guess on how old this guy is? I would say what,
right to a
75,
speedy
80?
trial. Any questions about your rights?
No, sir.
I guess we can go forward here today. You have three choices of pleas, and you can plead differently because you got two different offenses. But there's a plea of guilty, which means that you're admitting all the allegations. There's a plea of not guilty, which means you're denying all the allegations, and the matter would be set out for trial. And then there's a plea of no contest, which means that you are not admitting the allegations, but you're allowing the court to determine what has whether or not you are guilty based upon the evidence of what's before the court.
Yep.
As far as
So you could send me to jail today if I pled no contest. I thought excuse me, sir. I thought I had to have a moving violation within the last 6 months of driving without a license to be able for it to be a jailable offense.
Ooh, look at this.
I thought the
Letter
first
of-
one was,
Letter of the law.
was not jailable, but after that, if you got 2 within 6 months, then you could do 20 days. Because I used to get a whole bunch of these, so I'm kind of really good at knowing what's going on. And I haven't had one in a very long time because I got my license back. And because of financial issues, I do not have them at
A lot of
the
them.
time.
I kind of know what's
I'm on the
going
payment plan with the state of Ohio. I'm being released from prison. And because I missed a payment, that's why I got a DUS.
Is this
I'm back
a-
on the payment plan.
Is this an FRA suspension?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm on the payment plan from being released from prison where I pay
Yeah.
$25 a month and I have to keep my insurance, and that's what gives me my license. Well, I missed a payment and that's what voided out my license, and then I got pulled over that right after that.
Hold on. I think that I misspoke. This is not a misdemeanor of the first degree then. If it's under 45-10-16, this is an unclassified misdemeanor.
So the dude's right.
You can get community service hours up to 500 hours.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to take care of this as soon as possible. I didn't want to string this out. As long as I couldn't get I have a really good job right now, and I can, just missing today is going to be a whole lot of explaining to do. That's why I wanted to be able to, I wanted to be able to plead out to this so I could, be released today so I could go back to work tomorrow.
First rodeo, dude.
Yeah. I used to get this shit all the time, Your Honor. I know what I'm talking about.
But the judge basically just said, yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Yeah.
So you understand the pleas?
Yeah. It just, if I wouldn't have had so many of these in the past, when I didn't have my shit together, excuse my language, but, now that I'm really trying to, work hard, stay out of trouble, that's why, spending these 2 days in jail was plenty enough time for me. I just like to go ahead and plead no contest to both of them, so I could just give me the, whatever you feel is, fair on the community service and the fines, and so I can be released and go back to work tomorrow.
All right. Well, this guy really did just take control of this whole situation, by the way.
100%.
I'm sorry to take up your time for such,
So the
trivial matter, Your Honor.
Well,
yeah, but the dude
No,
got it
I'm
right.
trying
You
to
got to
get
give him
him.
credit. I mean, the dude is.
You understand you're giving up your rights if I accept this no contest plea.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm going to base my decision on what's before the court. I do have a statement from the investigator. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, he understands more of what's going on in court than you do right now, dude. No offense.
None taken.
I'm reading over the notes right now.
Take your time, sir. You know what I mean? I just want you to be as fair as possible. So we're both on the understanding you're going to give me community service hours. There will be no jail time ensued.
It said you had a warrant out of Pickerington from the police department when you were arrested. Has that been resolved?
Yes, that's been taken care of.
What was that about?
That was about I had what's it called? Complicity to theft. I'd given somebody a ride who had stolen stuff, and because I was in the car, I got a ticket as well. That's been taken care of.
Well, that's good enough for me.
He's gonna walk, right? With community.
Oh, yeah.
service, he's out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's doing a good job, TK.
Do you pick where you give me my community service hours?
Right into community service and getting out. Wow.
Okay, I'd like to do the dog pound.
Can you please be quiet? You're confusing the judge more.
He's pretty close to that,
It says
but
that
he's
you
doing
found
better
some
than most of those.
crystal rock-like substance on and a clear pipe and residue.
Oh, you're right. Dude, don't worry about that, dude.
I wasn't charged with anything.
I
wasn't
took
mine,
care of
dude.
that, Your Honor. That's another thing I took care of. No need to worry.
That's right. The judge's gonna go do time for him. You're in about give him 5 more minutes. Yeah, you typically don't see that working out very well. But here, I mean, because what he had originally said that he was, whatever that was, it was wrong, apparently.
Were you just arrested recently?
We mean just arrested recently.
Well, this
Obviously, I'm
incident
here.
took place on the, allegedly on the, well, it says the 17th of April. There was
Yeah.
a warrant issued.
Yeah, but I missed the court date that I didn't know about the court date, and they arrested me 2 days ago.
That's what I'm saying, just 2 days, okay.
Yeah, I've been in jail the last 2 days.
Where is it that you work?
Where do I work? For Marcus Lawn Care, LLC.
Is that your dad's business?
Now, they don't have you driving their vehicles, do they?
No, I have a driver.
No, Your Honor. I usually.
I'm just a crew lead.
I'm nobody.
I've been there for 11 years.
Just a
Did you
crew
say that
lead.
you have
They don't let me
something
drive.
worked out with the BMV where you're making payments?
Yeah, it's from where I was released from prison. It's where I pay $25 a month, and I have to continue to have my insurance. The SR 22 bond.
Well, that would mean you'd have a valid license, or should.
Yeah, but I missed the payment on my $25 because it was supposed to be deducted out of my checking account. Well, there wasn't enough money in my checking account for them to deduct it. I didn't know that it wasn't enough. So missing the payment started me back over again. So I had to start the whole payment system over again.
11 years, our guy. 11 years.
All right, based upon what's been indicated here, I'm going to find you guilty. I'm looking at the notes. It said that you were stopped, and I saw
good
you
boy.
driving, and
Your Honor,
Right.
this has taken so long. Can this just count
your
for
license was
community
suspended
service? Because you're awfully
Uh,
slow.
We're back. with
Oh,
the
let's go.
case.
that
So I'm dropping
plates were-
this.
Yeah, let's
Jumping over
go to
here.
that.
We actually have a what appears to be a police officer testifying in the case. So jumping over that. Thank you. And here we go, kids. Judge is in a bad way, by the way. He's in a bad way.
What a day in court.
Dustin and Socorro were arguing in the bedroom. He went inside to break up the argument. While doing so, he placed his right arm around the back of Dustin's neck. A scuffle occurred to where they both ended up on the ground next to the bed, and Dustin had bit his right forearm.
Before he put his arm around Dustin's neck, what did he say occurred?
He just said that Dustin was yelling at him, just calling him names, and he was just trying to break up the argument between.
What, if anything,
The
regarding
Walker has now
being pushed,
entered the
if at all?
Objection. meeting.
sanctuary.
Did anything physical happen to Lazarus Romero?
We're talking about the
before
family
he grabbed
orgy again, Colonel.
Dustin Gaddis?
Can I refer to my report?
If that would refresh your recollection.
Yeah.
While he refers to court, these two are still going, by the way.
come back to this court a year, within the next year, you're going to have another $250.
Oh my God, they're going through fines and everything. It's going to take forever.
So his little Walker.
You're gonna have $700.
Whose Walker is that over there?
I'm guessing it's our defendants. It's got to be.
$700.
The dude in the suit?
In jail. Well, 28 days. You got 2
Yeah, our defendant.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Is he talking yet, or
he was?
So you said Dustin Gaddis had pushed Lazarus before, put his arm around his neck?
Yes, sir.
It's right there.
Did he say why he put his arm around his neck?
To prevent him, Dustin, and Socorro from arguing with one another.
And
a lot of great names: Lazarus, Dustin, Socorro.
Did you contact Dustin Shane Gaddis?
Yes, sir.
Do you see Dustin Gaddis in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Can you describe something he's wearing and his location in the courtroom?
He is to my right. He's wearing a blue suit with a multicolored tie.
Mr. Gaddis has been identified for the record.
Now, did you
She's wearing
acquire what is called an emergency protective order for Mrs. Gaddis?
Yes, I did.
And did you serve this emergency protective order on Mr. Dustin Gaddis?
Yes, I did.
And what were the terms of this order?
I do not. I don't recall the specifics of the emergency protective order.
Do you recall whether or not Mr. Gaddis could speak to Ms. Gaddis?
I don't recall.
Would seeing a copy of that emergency
Of course it
order
would.
refresh your recollection?
Yes, it would.
Of course it would. You show it to me, it'll help my memory of it as well. I don't remember. Well, maybe this will help you remember. He had some $5. Oh yeah, now I remember. Why was he choking him in the middle bedroom filled with bats? When we ask him about that
case,
sound like a trap.
Was Mr. Gaddis, under the terms of that order, allowed to contact Ms. Gaddis in any way?
No, he was not.
Was he to stay 100 yards from her?
Yes.
And when stating that he can't contact her, did that also include electronic or telephonic contact?
Yes.
And you
telephonic?
served this emergency protective order on March 23rd, 2021, the same night?
Yes, sir.
And how long did the protective order last?
During that time, I would have to see it again. I didn't fill out the emergency protective order, but during that time, I know that we were under COVID, so it might have been for 30 days.
one cop didn't go over his notes before he came.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, is there any chance you could have been ready?
I mean, at a whole weekend.
He's like an actor that shows up for the play.
Right.
Line.
Yes, please.
And I would never line.
Blessing, Kevin.
Order in effect.
30 days.
And when was it issued?
March 23rd. So it expired on April 23rd.
That is correct.
2021.
9 days after Creed's birthday.
That's all for people.
So Mr. Romero told you that Dustin pushed him and then he fell, correct?
Suspect. Now, in any type of carjacking,
That live?
just assume by the words carjacking that there was a weapon involved. If the weapon is a gun, when this comes to an end, it's going to be an
How you want to
interesting
play this there, boss man?
aspect because officers are going to have that extra tension of this suspect being armed. There you go, Justin, getting a wider shot. You can see one of the sheriff's vehicles in pursuit of this car. Again,
It's so hard when we go to these because it's like, all right, are we nearing the end? Are we, you know what I mean?
That's the big one. And there you go again with one of those crazy.
Oh, he's going to get off.
All the way across.
He gets off.
There's the sheriff's helicopter above. Very dangerous situation.
Stays on here. It's not going in no time soon.
We've done an hour. We got a case. If you want to jump out of that and fire this up, let's.
Yeah, I'm gonna start putting that together real quick.
All right. Well, let's watch it until you're about ready, and then we'll
see if it's
jump on it. Guys, we'll stay on here until the other one is ready to go live with. That's the end of court today.
Saw that picture of the car. They came to us almost immediately. But we have been listening.
Edwin, I'm so sorry. This is a live chase, not a grass fire. But
this vehicle has been driving
great to
on,
see.
mostly on surface streets, up by the 210 on surface streets, making its way down to the 10 freeway. He was on Barranca. As soon as he got on that 10 freeway, westbound was his direction, and he basically has been there ever since. High speeds, reckless driving.
The only reason why I'm going to say we should go on it is because there's proper junk in the back.
Wrong side of the road,
yeah,
and also cutting a lot of these other folks off. Now the helicopter staying with it, making those calls.
All right. Well, we're ready to jump.
All right, guys, jumping out of here and right back in. So just
See ya in just a
refresh here in a
second.
minute. And
Yep.
log in and see us.
Yep. Yep. You're not even gonna miss us.
Up there, and there is a